Hey guys, it's BC here once again, playing Rift as usual. I thought I'd just take some time to show you a few of the things in Rift, show you how I play my class, and show you how I've got my UI set up. Sort of enhanced it a little bit from what you saw last time. It was sort of similar, except the targeting over here was a little bit lower, and it caused the buffs and stuff when other characters had buffs on them to sort of bunch up. So I've moved them up and spread them out. As you can see, if I target myself, there's me, there's the target, and there's target's target. Yeah. I'm also trying in this video not to swear like a trooper, so because I'm gonna try and get a like Machinima Realm have a director's program, sort of you get paid to direct videos for them, so I'm attempting not to swear. Every time I do swear in this video, I'll put a little counter there. Hopefully it stays 0 the entire time, so I don't have to figure out how to do titles and that sort of stuff in my editing software, because I don't know how to do that yet, but I will with time. So, yeah, this is Rift. It has no add-ons or anything with the UI, but what they do is they make it really handy for you to edit your layout. They've incorporated, where is it? An edit layout option, and what this does is basically allows you to move the position of anything, such as your raid frames or your party frames. As here, you can move it anywhere. So it's very highly customizable, like straight out of the box. Rift have been asked a lot of the time, well, not Rift, Trion Worlds, who make Rift, have been asked many times, is there going to be add-ons in Rift? And at this stage they say, we won't be able to supply it, at the high quality that we want to give our Rift players at this point in time. It's something we may look at to the future, blah blah blah, that sort of stuff. So let's have a look. I've cleaned up my spells in order to sort of show you them, and this is gonna be like really nerdy. All my friends are gonna see this and come to the realization, Jackson, you are a ridiculous nerd. And I'll tell them I already knew that. Okay, so we need to find something to kill. As you would expect in any MMO, there are mounts. My computer is a bit frame ratey. Okay, here are some mobs in here. Let's dismount. So, first off, these are my two pets, a skeletal horror and a skeletal stalwart. These basically are minions, and this exhume spell allows me to summon them with no cast time. Otherwise, it's a 8-second cast time. So I use those in conjunction. The next thing I do, usually, before I go into combat, is I put this up. It is called Dark Armor, and I have it bound to Q. Now, first thing I do before I go to attack something, this isn't really going to be much of a challenge for me, but I send my pet in to start, and then I put dots up. Right? Instant cast damage spell. And yeah, as you see, I didn't need to Soul Purge, my favorite spell, on that one, because the creature is, such a low level creature. So I'll just go through with you what those spells were. This one here is called Necrosis. It fills the enemy with corrupting energy, causing 139 death damage over 18 seconds. And it generates +9 charge, which is what I use to cast spells such as Revivify, which heals my pet, for 10% of its health each second for up to 8 seconds, or my favorite spell, Soul Purge, which, as you may have saw in my last video, does 393 death damage over 8 seconds and healing me and my pet for 593 health over 8 seconds. I haven't got any other charge reducing spells at the moment. And these are also channeled, so if I jump or move, I'll stop casting them, just as any cast spell. But it does damage over time while I'm casting the spell. If I stop casting, the damage over time stops. So yeah. Next one, Dark Touch, places a dark presence on the enemy, causing 117 death damage over 16 seconds. Plus 9 charge. Oh, that one was also plus 9 charge. Life Leech, casting time this one has. These two here are instant cast, so I like to usually drop these first. This one, and then this one, because this one lasts longer. So I usually have to refresh them at about the same time. Now this places a leeching damage over time, causing 89 death damage over 12 seconds. But the bonus of this damage over time is that it heals me by 30% of the damage done. This one is 12 seconds compared to 16 seconds, so I lay them down in this particular order. So when it comes time to refresh them, once this one's expired, they've all usually expired, so I just drop them down at the same time, and all is well. It doesn't really bother me. You know, I don't have much trouble keeping the dots up. This next ability is called Grave Rot. It generates 12 charge, and it is an AoE spell. It's instant cast, so no cast time. It corrupts the ground in the targeted area. If you had to see me in real life, I did the bunny ear sort of thing. Dealing 68 death damage up to 8 enemies within the area over 6 seconds. So basically this just affects 8 enemies, dealing 68 death damage to each enemy every second for 6 seconds. And the affected enemies on this thing receive a stack of Deathly Calling each time they are damaged, and that can stack up to 5 times. Now Deathly Calling is a spell that is also stacked from my Plague Bolt. And the more Deathly Calling stacks that I have, the more damage that my pet does. So, this is basically an AoE. I'll cast that there for you to see. It does damage in this area here. So if I stood on here and I was the enemy, I would be getting damaged. The next one is Transmogrify. It's basically like a mage's sheep from WoW. And I have that bound to F. And the spider is now a cute little squirrel. So the next one after that is Thunder Blast. It's really primarily used in PvP. It's bound to R, and it blasts the enemy back, as you can see there. And kill this beast, this foul beastie. So then, once I have my dots down, if there's a lot of enemies in the area, I like to place Grave Rot to start getting Deathly Calling stacks, and then I focus on a target and I start casting Plague Bolt, so I can get my Deathly Calling stacks up on the particular target that I'm focusing on. I get those up till my charge is about halfway or a little over halfway right here. So then, once I've done that, I cast Soul Purge, which, yeah, is an AoE that is channeled, and it absolutely kicks ass. Oh, is ass a swear word? I don't know. So, my next spell, Essence Link, which basically reduces any healing that my enemy receives by 30% for 60 seconds, and it also causes my pets, my Skeletal Stalwart, which is standing in front of me here, to where am I? Essence Link. It also heals me and the pet 8 health each time the pet does an attack or strikes the opponent. So you'll see in my other videos around here, you'll see 8888888. That's from Essence Link. Dark Armor, I've been through that. This is an instant cast spell called Neural Prod. It generates plus 10 charge. It instantly damages for 30 to 33 air damage to the target. I like to cast this like if I'm running and I'm trying to get them away, bang. It'll give them a bit of extra damage to see if I can like just get them down. Like they're on their last legs, they've got dots on them, they're about to die, they might be just about to receive some heals, and then I drop this, and then bam, it's just the final straw. So Void Bolt. I don't use this one too much because I need to generate deathly calling on my enemies while I'm attacking them to get my pet to do more damage. So yeah, it's basically the same as Plague Bolt, except it does more damage. It's still a cast, so when I have to cast it like this, I have to cast it before the spell actually goes, so I can't really catch someone who's going away. So yeah, it causes more damage, but it doesn't generate Deathly Calling, so I don't really use it unless like I'm in PvP and I'm switching targets all the time. Then I'll use this because it does more damage, and I'm not focusing on any single one target. So Deathly Calling doesn't really matter because my pet's going everywhere. Revivify heals my pet. I don't really use that because I have Soul Purge. This is a neat little a racial skill called Angelic Flight that you get for being an elf. It basically allows you to jump forward, sort of like a sort of teleport thing. Pretty nifty. Some other spells that I have down here are basically like my healing spells, but they damage me to heal my teammates. I get dealt with 59 death damage, and I heal my ally for 195 health, and an additional amount equal to 10% of the caster's maximum health. And I can't target myself because that would be pretty silly to damage myself to heal myself. And Blood Binding, which is like a hot heal over time. Deals 92 death damage to me, the mage, over 10 seconds, and heals the ally for 161 health over 10 seconds. Basically, that's really it. I don't think I swore at all during this video, apart from us. I don't really think that's a real terrible swear word or anything like that. So, yeah, I'll see you guys sometime soon. BC signing off. Catch you guys.